What's going on, y'all, man? It's LA Rich, and we back with another video, man. And look, today we got the one and only Charlie Kirk back on the channel again, with him doing a video titled Charlie Kirk runs rings around Trump hater. Now, I really want to see what this guy had to say about Trump. You know, we've watched multiple videos of Charlie Kirk going against Trump haters, and they've all pretty much got the same things to say. Well, some of them had different things, but majority, they all come with the same things, man. You know, talking about a lot of stuff that doesn't have too much to do with the actual him being a president. You get what I'm saying? You know, stuff that he did bad as a president. A lot of it is just stuff outside of it. But we're going to see what this guy has to say right here. But before we get into the video, what I want to say is thank y'all so much for helping me hit 13.5 thousand subscribers. We're going to roll to 13.6 now. I appreciate y'all so much for all the love and support y'all show me every single day. It truly means the most to me. Nonetheless, we don't go ahead and get into this video. Y'all make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know some more Charlie Kirk videos to watch. And I got y'all with it, man. But hey, enough of the talking. Let's do it.
Coming and speaking with us, because I don't agree with people trying to silence you from speaking. I don't think that's right. So thank you for coming and speaking with us. I don't really understand this idea that President Trump is anti-establishment, because I think his record shows that he's actually really establishment. So just a couple examples, like he took Barack Obama's drone strikes, which had a 90% civilian casualty rate, and you know, it was a bunch of war crimes that Barack Obama committed with that, killed innocent civilians and everything. Trump took that and he increased Obama's drone strikes by 432%. And even his first raid as president, the raid in Yemen killed an 8-year-old American girl. And like another example, he filled his cabinet with like war hawks like John Bolton, who's never met a war he didn't like.
That's true.
Swampy people like Alexander Acosta, who he was literally the guy that like brokered the sweetheart deal for Jeffrey Epstein. So I don't get and even his voting record, like Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer, they voted with him like 78% of the time. Liz Cheney voted 90%.
Thanks for being here. Let me challenge you, because there's a pretty obvious point here. If he was, if he was not anti-establishment, why does the establishment try to put him in prison for 500 years?
So,
hold on a second.
Yeah.
And by the way, on this drone thing, yeah, he might have continued drone programs. Did he not try to end the Afghan war? In fact, he was the only one in the room trying to end the war in Afghanistan. And finally, if he was pro-establishment, how many new wars were started under Donald Trump?
Well, so for the establishment trying to lock him up, I do think there's legitimate crimes.
I honestly have heard people say that a lot about the wars, and Donald Trump committing 0 wars under president. That is something pretty impressive. That is very impressive, actually.
The establishment trying to lock him up. I do think there's legitimate crimes there. We can disagree on that, but I do agree that the establishment.
We're definitely going to disagree on that.
I do agree that the establishment it is a politically motivated thing, because I think if he decided not to run, they wouldn't be going after him. So I do think it's political, but I don't think it changes the fact that those are legitimate crimes. But I don't think the establishment is scared of his how he would govern. What the establishment hates more about Donald Trump is that whenever he's running for president, he exposes the corruption in the establishment, and he has a way of making it seem like he's not part of them while playing the game while governing. So I don't think they're so scared of his
so let's
record.
talk about 3 policy issues.
Yes.
What is the establishment regime position on trade?
The establishment.
Unlimited amount of trade, foreign products coming in, free trade. What was Trump's position? Tariffs on China, right? Renegotiating NAFTA. What is the establishment position on global type contracts? For example, Paris Peace Treaty. Trump got out of it, right? Blew up all this stuff at the UN. How about another issue? Immigration. What is the regime standard position on immigration? Invade the world, invite the world, as many people as possible. Trump put a travel ban on from China and had a terror watch list ban for any country in the Middle East. So I could go position by position, not to mention, you know, look at Trump fired Comey. Yeah, you agree with that one.
Yeah, but
what kind of establishment guy fires the head of the FBI and then has to experience a 2-year investigation launched by Mueller, which was complete lies?
I think that investigation was BS too, but he put in Christopher Wray. Christopher Wray right now was protecting the Biden administration.
Fair enough.
So
That's a fair point.
He puts in establishment people.
So your argument is purely on personnel. And let me just say this. Donald Trump, as Rush Limbaugh would say, selects personnel that is perplexing at times. But what I think you will agree with is that his instincts and many of his major policy actions were generationally and transformationally against the regime establishment of the last 40 years in both political parties. And whether it be war, immigration, trade, international type agreements. And understand, he was the only one that was fighting, and these people would come in and they'd lie to him. I'm going to be an FBI director with this. And he will be the first one to say, should have handled Fauci differently, should have handled Birx differently. But you know what? If you want to see Donald Trump unleashed, wait for term 2 Donald Trump. To be able to go after the administrative state. Thank you, man. I appreciate
One thing you can always say about Trump, man, is he never looks to, I would say, go exactly and shout out to that guy right there too, because that was a pretty good debate. That's what debate should be right there. You know, that's the perfect example. You know, they both can feel some different way about something, and it's no arguing, no anything, just you both giving each other's points and not feeling in denial about it, like you just, whatever they say, you know, you're looking just for a rebuttal. You can agree with certain things they say, the other person that you're debating, and just come to a conclusion at the end. And that was a good debate right there. But what I was saying, Trump is always seeking, he's never seeking to do what the general, what's the right word for it, man? You know, what people would regularly do in his position, he's always seeking outside the box, if that makes sense. You get what I'm saying? It's always basic things you would expect someone to do. He's never a follower, basically, if that makes sense to you guys. You can't take that away from him. He is always thinking outside the box as far as what he wants to do and the things he wants to pursue, just being a president. Now let's see what the comments have to say. I will say this kid was at least respectful and made a couple of good points. He isn't just a normal college kid that gets up and argues without anything to back it up. I love a good back and forth. Nice job, Charlie, as usual. Exactly. That was a very good debate, man. I give that young man props for being real and for being respectful. At least a person came up and spoke his mind, and not regurgitated so-called facts off of his phone. The fact he was willing to listen was refreshing also. This kid was a step up above the usual brainwashed lunacy coming out of the universities. Respect to him for that. I disagree with a lot of what the student was saying, but I am proud to see someone stand up and give an opinion without having to use their phone. Exactly, man. You know, really all the comments are just talking about how that was just a great debate. You know, he was a very respectful student, and this is what debate should be. This is a perfect example of it. Listen to each other's points. Y'all can disagree, but just keep it regular. You know, don't do too much about it. But yeah, man, definitely a good debate right here. One of the better ones, because you guys know in the previous ones I've watched with people debating Charlie about Trump, it could get off the wall as far as people getting heated and everything, you know, and people storming off, saying the usual curse word at the end, then leaving so Charlie doesn't have anything else to say, or he can't say nothing else, so they just walk away at the end. But yeah, man, thank y'all so much for helping me hit 13,500 subscribers. You know, 13.6 now. I appreciate y'all so much for all the love and support y'all show me every single day. It truly means the most to me. Nonetheless, that's gonna go ahead and close out the video. Y'all make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And it's LA Rich, and I'm getting up out of here, man. All right, y'all. I just got the race, I boost it up, but I'm not real. Shooter ready, go there, ready, blaze, they hit up everyone. Every time I did a give a shit, I still ain't number one. And my pockets filled with money, bitch, like fucking.